To understand the constraints and controls placed around you through the corporate propaganda matrix.
Good evening, Shannon. You know that ISIS has called for terrorist attacks against our country.
The flu.
No! Flu season is here.
There's no magnetometers, there's no way to frisk, there's no way to ask for ID. The only way you're going to be able to stop these attacks is by getting more intelligence.
If you've always wanted to know what the Queen has for breakfast,
either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
First Lady of Indiana and our governor got their shots today too, just to encourage everyone out there watching.
Today it is right to give them honor.
1, 2, 3.
Is to break down those controls mentally. See that the fix was always on.
You cannot hope to plan other forms of production if you cannot plan the production of the main resource, human beings.
Once you completely see all the control mechanisms for what they are.
You know, up to now, I kept thinking that everything science did was good. My training, I suppose. Now I'm not so sure.
They no longer have power over your mind. When your mind is free, you have left the farm. The only hitch is that, in most cases, the system of mafia-level taxation will still be firmly in place around you. You will in essence be a dual agent, awake but in debt. On one side of that coin, you can no longer be mentally controlled or manipulated. You will consume far less, you will envy others far less, you won't worship rich people or movie stars anymore.
Kim Kardashian just revealed what Kanye got her for Christmas.
the British royal family is so famous we feel like we know each member personally.
And you will want more intangible experiences rather than consumable stuff. Thanks to the democratic model, you will have the freedom to seek those intangible experiences out through nature, sport, and the arts. But the masters will just receive the physical currency from you. No longer the faux loyalty that has comforted them in their horrible decisions they have made for humanity. If your masters look you in the eyes at this moment of freedom, they will realize that they have actually always feared you. They are more enslaved than those that they enslave. The masters are the least free of all.
Statements by national leaders can be powerful persuaders.
You know what I just find interesting is the degree to which this issue keeps on coming up, as if this was my decision.
Forever perfectly controlled to maintain perfect control. The ultimate universal irony. I left the farm, but I know the farm still exists.
And I think the difficulty is, to borrow an old Chinese saying, that when the wrong man uses the right means work in the wrong way. In other words, there's something wrong with the way we think. And while that is there, everything we do will be a mess. Now, as far as I can see, the basic mistake is that we've invented this wonderful system of language and calculation, and that it is at once too simple to deal with the complexity of the world, and also we are liable to confuse that system of symbols with the world itself, just as we confuse, say, money with wealth.